Hello, baby yams, baby squids, and yes, even you traffic cones. Don't take offense, today we're going to be talking about Hi-Vis gear and whether it actually works or not. If in case you've never heard of it or seen Hi-Vis gear, it's short for high visibility and consists of yellow or orange fluorescent neon colors with a lot, and I mean a lot, of reflectors. The purpose of riding wearing this type of gear is to enhance your appearance and visibility to others while riding. Do you remember telling me that loud pipes don't save lives? Enter the logical solution to staying alive longer on your motorcycle, Hi-Vis. Now, before we begin, you literally only have 24 hours left to get entered for our motorcycle giveaway on October 17th, 2019 at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I will be shutting off and shutting down our merch site, and anyone entering through Patreon after that time will not be eligible to win either. If you haven't yet, you should definitely send a postcard because free entries will be picked up from our P.O. box in the afternoon on the 17th, and we will finalize our list. If you want double entries to win, use the code DOUBLE2019 at checkout on our merch page and get double entries plus 10% off. Or you can sign up via Patreon to get automatically entered to win and support our series. Also, we officially have our next motorcycles in hand. We will be announcing our next batch of bikes on Saturday and hopefully publicly announcing our winners that same day as well. We've got 3 brand spanking new bikes we're going to be doing. It's going to be super cool. You don't want to miss out on that. And if you are one of the lucky winners, we're going to be contacting you via email, phone number, or any other means of communication. Best of luck. Now, let's discuss high visibility. The concept. When researchers detailed the accounts of motorcycle accidents, they began to notice one very disturbing yet common trend. Most car drivers didn't see the motorcyclist. It's not to say that drivers are actually missing the motorcyclist every time. We know it's possible to have inattentional blindness and to look directly at something without being able to see it. The big question remained though, how do you make a car driver see a motorcycle? According to some of the members of our audience, having a crazy loud exhaust system apparently makes you be seen and saves your life, but astute viewers and those who understand basic physics know that it doesn't work this way. In the exact opposite way the camouflage works for military or hunters, Hi-Vis is meant to distort the light around the viewer, causing visual attention. When someone looks at Hi-Vis gear in day or night with direct or indirect light, they see a color that doesn't occur naturally. There are no fluorescent or neon colors in nature. Sorry, Predator, your blood isn't real nor natural. The human eyes are focused or drawn to the Hi-Vis gear and then processed by the brain for action. If a rider isn't paying attention but then suddenly sees Hi-Vis gear, it could buy the rider more time. If the driver has the time to process and say, hey, that's a motorcycle, I should be cautious, then the concept of Hi-Vis gear has worked. However, I don't think I've ever heard a car driver mutter that to themselves. Try to be seen no matter where you are, no matter what time of day it is. That's the goal of Hi-Vis. Implementation. How is Hi-Vis gear applied? It can be mild to wild, from subtle to just flat out crazy. For most riders, when riding gear is purchased, there's normally a tiny bit of reflective material on the jackets or the boots or pants that they've purchased. The minimum is normally in the piping that outlines the jacket or maybe a small patch on the shoulder or the back. Other gear is loud and proud when it comes to being Hi-Vis. Some companies have implemented designs into the yellow or orange colors with reflective material, effectively killing 2 birds with 1 stone. They're trying to mix fashion and safety into one. The end result is the same, gear that is more visible and attention-grabbing. In fact, our Lord and Savior Rossi, his signature line of gear through AGV and all these other sponsors that he has, is highlighter yellow. So I don't know if Rossi just loves highlighter yellow or if he does it for all the Hi-Vis squids out there. If you've ever seen your uncle wearing a neon yellow jacket, pants, helmet, gloves, and boots, know that he wasn't trying to win some sort of human highlighter pen fetish competition. He was merely trying to embody the principle of the traffic cone and be as visible as possible. I'm going to include auxiliary lighting as well, not so much underglow kits which can actually help, but also the Hi-Vis brake light mods where the strobe first and then become solid in their display. Other things that help are changing the bulbs to LED with a higher intensity than conventional light bulbs. If it helps you to be seen, then it is worth doing. Does it work? In short, yes, high visibility gear is very effective when it works. There are limitations and exclusive to the statement though. First, Hi-Vis gear only works if the driver is looking at you. If they are texting and driving and only glance over their steering wheel every couple of minutes, then they're most likely not going to notice you no matter what color you're wearing. Candy Crush and texting your work boyfriend apparently causes the strongest distractions known to man. There is a greater chance that Hi-Vis will catch someone's attention as opposed to wearing darker and non-reflective colors. Second, the gear has a maximum effectiveness when worn during sunlight and when light hits directly on the reflectors at nighttime. During periods of ineffectiveness, the gear can't actually be blamed for not making a rider more visible. An argument in favor for Hi-Vis is always it's not black or another darker color. Some riders prefer to be badass, all black, tinted windscreen, tinted visor, all black everything, smoked out taillights, just everything is black or tinted. Is a car driver more likely to see our badass rider or someone in the ATGAT brigade wearing yellow with reflectors? The badass rider is probably most likely not to be seen since he's in stealth mode. The traffic cone, on the other hand, is probably visible. So, does it work? Yes, it does. But like I said, people have to be looking at you in order for it to be effective. They can't hear it, only see it. Even when they do see it, they have to register in their minds that someone is on a motorcycle, so having a dash of Hi-Vis can be effective when it's used properly. So why don't more people wear it? Sometimes the easiest of solutions can be the hardest. Not everyone wears Hi-Vis for a lot of different reasons. The gear itself carries a lot of negative connotations. Even people that don't ride a motorcycle have assumptions about riders that wear Hi-Vis. I'd say Hi-Vis is in the same category as seatbelts. The argument for seatbelts is that they will always protect you from getting injured in a crash. However, that's not 100% true because there are incidents of survivors being ejected to safety from a crashing vehicle. Not everyone can benefit, but the vast majority of people do. So please don't interpret that as me saying that a seatbelt is a 50-50 on safety. Seatbelts are great. You should wear them. Hi-Vis is a sure sign of being middle-aged and getting over that midlife crisis on your adventure bike. I'm just kidding. In all honesty, people don't wear Hi-Vis because it has the stigma that it carries. It's not cool, it's not fashionable, it doesn't really align with the lifestyle of motorcyclists for a lot of people. For the military veteran riders out there, Hi-Vis could also bring back fond memories of the notorious glow belts mandated by base orders for PT and cause a hatred to anything else Hi-Vis. We get it, sometimes the color can just be a pain. These are all inherent excuses. The purpose of riding is to ride and then come home. If wearing bright yellow keeps you from getting into an accident on just one occasion, then it's done its job. Peer pressure, being picked on, or thinking you look stupid in Hi-Vis is the wrong mentality to have. You need to remember to ride your own ride that includes wearing your own choice of gear. There's nothing wrong with wearing protective clothing, especially when motorcycling. I'd actually encourage it, in fact. Now, whether it needs to be neon highlighter yellow and super visible, well, the jury's out on that. If it makes you feel more comfortable when you're on your bike, then the job is done and you're well on your way to being the rider that Rossi wants you to be. Another reason why some avoid Hi-Vis is that they think that they won't be visible. The size of their motorcycle, the helmet, the way the lights already illuminate are all reasons why some riders won't don the gear. Not everyone will see them from every angle, but like previously stated, if the gear can alert one driver of your presence, then it's already paid for itself. Inclement weather. The biggest change that mentally occurs for a rider is normally during inclement weather. Some riders who would never touch Hi-Vis on a hot sunny day will put on a yellow vest out if it starts raining out of nowhere. Half of their mentality is right. Hi-Vis will definitely make you more visible during inclement weather, especially during downpours, fog, and other situations where car drivers have even more of a difficulty of seeing the road, let alone a motorcyclist. The half of their mentality that is wrong is that Hi-Vis should only be worn in bad weather. If it lets you be seen in the fog, wouldn't it work as good, if not better, on a sunny day? If you're gonna wear it all the time so you can continue to be effective. Although common during inclement weather, Hi-Vis can also prove to be counterproductive. In times where drivers rely on reflective surfaces such as traffic cones, reflectors, and other predictable objects, a rider can confuse the driver. If you're driving in a construction zone and then a sudden downpour begins, do you think it'll be easier or harder to spot a rider wearing Hi-Vis gear? It won't be as easy if they're wearing all black or gray, but there's still a chance that you won't be prepared to see them, because everything you're driving by is already reflective. Alternatives to Hi-Vis. So you really hate the idea of wearing orange or yellow and looking for anything else to do to increase your visibility. The only alternatives available have been previously mentioned. Upgrading your motorcycle's lights to some brighter bulbs, adding a strobe mod to your brake light, and then adding other auxiliary lighting may help. If you've sworn to never wear a vest or an all-out yellow jacket, maybe consider some riding gear that includes reflectors or dashes of Hi-Vis. Some styles are more conservative and include smaller logos that reflect and other small portions dedicated to being high-vis. In the end, baby yams, the choice is going to be yours. High-vis gets a bad rap from everyone that doesn't wear it. It would be interesting to see how many riders can wear it, document the changes in their rides, and then try to report all the data. There's a very high likelihood that even the most resistant riders will gain some type of benefit from wearing high-vis gear whenever they're on their motorcycle. Well, that's gonna be it for today's video. Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? Do you wear high-vis, or are you just a squid in all black? Please let us know in the comments. Personally, I like wearing contrasting colors, i.e. white and black, to enhance my visibility, but I don't enjoy looking like the sun while I ride. Do you swear by high-vis? Sound off in the comments. And don't forget, there's just 24 hours left for our motorcycle giveaway at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I will be shutting off our merch page, not taking any additional patrons into consideration, and I will be collecting any additional and final letters that you guys sent to my P.O. box for entry and tallying up the list of who's gonna win the Yamaha R3 and SV650. Will it be you? Maybe. There's only one way to find out, and that's to get entered to win. Thanks again for watching. Tune in next time. I'll catch you guys later. Fact: research conducted at the University of Vienna suggests that yawning may play an essential role in cooling our brains, but yawning to cool the brain is not functional when the outside temperature is just as hot as the body. Explained the study's lead author, Jorg Masson. And if you're wondering, yes, sleep deprivation does increase brain temperatures, which could be a factor in why we yawn more when we're tired. Goodbye and good night.